First victim of the water, tent peg. There we go. Okay. Bruce, we got almost. Off the bat. Nothing like filling a boot.
Yeah, already.
Bruce, come on. Come on. Come on. You got it. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. There it is. Thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Be safe.
I'm gonna try. Sure try. I'll find you guys on Sawbill, hopefully.
We'll be around.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Aaron, and we're out on Sawbill Lake, heading out on an 11-night, 12-day trip. And for those of you that don't know, this is Bruce. He's my golden. He's 1 year and 9 months old, and he's still learning. We both are. So this will probably be a struggle fest for the first couple of days as I figure out what I'm doing. But then after that, it should be pretty smooth sailing. So the plan is to make our way up to Phoebe Lake. We got quite a bit of distance to cover, and I can already tell that my packing job is no bueno. I'm gonna have to rework some things, and I can't have him right here. This is terrible. So we need to hurry up and get to this first portage. It's 9/10 of a mile from here. Good boy. There we go. Now he's sitting down. So we plan to move sites every night. There may be a day or two as we're going along that we stay at the same site. It depends on how much of a struggle fest this becomes. If it becomes a serious struggle fest for me, we will shorten the trip. Well, not shorten it. We'll shorten the distance, but not the days. So that's the plan. We've got, like I said, about 0.9 miles to our first portage. It is September 9th, and last week they had a pretty good low snap of weather, and it's supposed to be in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Only 80s one day. But the plan is to just have fun, enjoy ourselves, and the fact that we are here in the Boundary Waters. Finally, the years of looking at this, we're finally on it. Just met some really cool dudes. Took a Bon Voyage shot with them at the launching dock. That was really cool. Pleasure to meet those guys. Hopefully I'll hook up back with them on early next week, I think, probably. They're out for 16 days and I'm out for 12, so we shall see. Yeah, I've got to figure out a better place to put him. I think I might put him right there where my red bag is. Because right now he is just all up in my business right here. And it's like uncomfortably close. There you go, good boy. So, for those of you that don't know, I do a bunch of backpacking, usually every year. That's kind of been my MO for years. I'm in my 40s now, and my knees are starting to reflect the amount of backpacking and abuse I've put them through throughout the years. And so I decided, well, multiple reasons why I decided this, but primarily because I want to take care of my knees. I am going to combine backpacking with some canoeing. So that's why I'm at the Boundary Waters. The other reason why I am here is Yellowstone had a fire ban. And if you go camping in Yellowstone in September, it gets freaking cold. And I'm not about that. So, I mean, I don't mind the cold. I can deal with cold. I can always light a fire, but that's the problem. In Yellowstone, they passed a fire ban, which means you just gotta sit there and freeze. And I'm not about that. So, we're not gonna do that. We decided we'll come up here. The lows are supposed to be in the high 40s and low 50s. It should be super nice. Today is supposed to be a really pleasant day. We should be able to really get moving, but the problem right now is I've got a pretty large amount of weight here in the back. I'm 200 pounds. Bruce is 85 pounds. And I've got 100 pounds of gear up there in front. But the plan for this trip overall, what I'd like to do is 120 miles, and it's a big trip. And I'll go over the map with you later tonight when we get to camp, show you what we're doing, and we'll just go from there. So, it sure is pretty out here. It's quiet. I love it. But anyways, what we're trying to do is a pretty big loop. And we're going to Phoebe Lake. We're on Sawbill right now. We're going to Phoebe Lake, and then we will go to Lake Polly, and then we'll work our way up through Malberg and over towards Alice Lake, where there's some pictographs that I want to see. Hopefully we'll make it over there. Depending on how much of a struggle fest this is, I may just end up doing a shorter loop, what they call the Little Saganaga loop. I hope I'm saying that right. And so that's kind of the plan. But we plan to do that. We're going to make our way to Little Saganaga. We may go the long way or the short way, just depends on how I'm doing. It's the first time I've ever done a trip like this, so it's probably too ambitious, if I'm being honest, but, shoot for the moon, hope you land among the stars, and don't drown. So yeah, I'm out from September 10th through September 20th. I'm in a B16 by North Star. It's a 16-foot, two-person canoe. There was no way I was going to get all this weight with myself and Bruce and 12 days worth of gear and food and everything else into a solo. It just was not going to happen. So instead, here we are. But I need to swap over hats. It is already pretty darn sunny. Protect this neck. Okay, cool. So the first portage is right up here around this bend. It's coming up. Very short. It's only a 25 rod portage, and I think a mile is 320 rods, and we're not doing anything remotely close to that, thankfully. There is one day, probably about day 7 or day 8, we're gonna have some big portages, but I'm hoping by then we will have eaten our way through about half the weight in my food pack, and we won't have to double portage that. It'll be fine either way. We're just gonna have fun. The whole goal of this trip is to relax, have fun, hang out with my best buddy, Bruce, the moose. You stay. I gotta find the portage. You guys may hear me call it a portage or a portage. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll call it a portage. Otherwise, I'll just call it a portage. That's what us Americans call them. And I gotta figure out where. I think it's up here. Bruce has got his dense booty over here on the left side of the boat. He's causing the whole boat to lean left. There we go. But yeah, we're in no rush. I think I see the portage right up there. Got about 100 yards to go. It'll be our first official portage that we've ever done. So like I said, I've done a whole bunch of backpacking, so no change there. Should all be pretty straightforward. So every rod is 16.5 feet. So this 27 rod is, you know, about a football field long, 300 some odd feet maybe. I don't know, I'm terrible at quick math. I'm on vacation. I don't do math on vacation, okay? And but it should be a quick portage. And I know you're supposed to like keep your dog on a leash and all that jazz every time, but that's not going to happen. Now, many of you have probably done this quite a bit. You're going to see me screw up constantly, and I apologize for that. Please don't tear me up too bad in the comments, but I will accept any constructive criticisms you might have. I'm always open to learning new things. I've already dunked my right boot trying to get in at Sawville. You guys probably saw that. I'll try to include it. But here's our first portage. Looks like a pretty rocky one. So we're gonna come in at a bit of an angle and hop out and start moving stuff. Dude, I'm just slow and steady. Okay, out. Good boy. All right, so I've dropped my first load right here. Here's the next lake. And that's where we're gonna go back and get the boat. There's probably a 20-foot difference between where I am now and down there. It's not bad at all, but you know, first 3 days, it's a struggle. Okay. What, Bruce? What do you think, buddy? You liking it? Yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah, good boy, Bruce. Get nice and cool, buddy. Crazy boy. I think he's happy. Come on. Come on. Get in. Bruce, get in. Come on. Get in. Lay down. Lay down. Down. There you go. Good boy. Wait. All right, we're off. So, I'm gonna move you to right there. All right. If I recall, we need to go to the right. Let's take a look at the GPS real quick. Actually, we need to go straight ahead and to the left, and we got a long paddle all the way to the end of the lake. So let's get done upright, and we're gonna get out the split blade now that Bruce is up front. I just need to do something with this. It's not gonna work how it currently is. What a struggle, huh? Okay. I think we got to paddle into the wind for a while. Need to stop and make some water here soon. We'll stop out on one of these points or something. Go take a look. Boy, it's like in the mid 50s, low 60s right now. As you can see, I'm soaked in sweat already, which is a great thing, man. Ready to get out here and just push myself. But man, the colors are already starting to come in. Let me show you. Hopefully the camera can pick that up, but we've got some reds and oranges and yellows over there already. A few of them are really vibrant, so I'm hoping this will be a very nice, colorful trip. Yeah, once we get over here to this other side, though, I think we're going to stop and, once we get to a campsite somewhere over here, stop and hang some water and get some fluid in us, because, of course, I pounded a monster right before we started. Didn't have any coffee this morning. I was just kind of in a hurry to get out here, so popped up my ice chest and just downed a monster. Well, here's our next problem. I stopped to fill my water bottles, and as you can see, that's all the flow I'm getting. So I got my jet boil out and boiled some water and slushed around the filter, which has only been used once. and this is the max flow I'm getting for now. So I'm just gonna wait here for a while, and I need to fill both of these bottles, so I may be here for a minute. But tonight we're gonna have to do some work on this filter. We've got to get this thing flowing faster. You know, I've always spoken really well about these bee-free filters, but this one has let me down without a doubt. That's okay. We'll get it figured out. We may just have long days making water. After about 5 minutes, this is what we've got flow-wise. It should pick up a little bit more without me having to do any touch-ups. Hey, Bruce. Without me having to do any touch-ups to the filter, it should pick up a little bit more, but I have a feeling I'm still going to have to work with this thing. But yeah, we're probably going to be here a half hour while I fill up at least 2 bottles, because I'm already feeling pretty darn thirsty. Well, it's 11:30. This water filter is just painfully slow. I've almost got my small squirt water bottle filled up. I think he's having a good time, you guys. This is so much of why I came here. Makes me happy to see him happy. Anyways, it's 11:30. Snickers time. So I'm gonna chow on this and just sit here and watch the painfully slow water fill up. So we've only made it to the second lake. We're supposed to make it all the way to Phoebe today. I don't think that's gonna happen. Sun goes down at 7, so 7:30, so we've still got 8 hours of light. We're gonna try, but you know, first time doing this, kind of painfully slow, but we'll get there. Either way, we're out here for 12 days, so we're gonna make the best of it. All right, we're coming up on our next portage. This portage is 0.6 miles. So by the time it's all said and done, I will have done 1.8 miles going back and forth to get all my gear. Whew, there was a headwind coming down this lake. The wind's blowing straight out of the south. And geez, that was some work. It's probably blowing 10 miles an hour. I mean, a few times I was paddling, I was like having to look over at shore and it's just barely creeping along. I mean, I was working hard. A lot of that probably has to do with experience too. I am new to this, so it's a good chance that I'm doing this all wrong. But when we were making water, I decided to fish for a minute, and Bruce decided to chase after my lure and got it all tangled in his tail. So that took a while to get sorted out, but I got it. Ooh, it's shallow here. Oh, that's cool. There's like some underwater weeds and stuff, but it gets really shallow up here. I got to go around some rocks. And the portage is straight ahead, so. And again, you know, I'm not wearing my life vest, you guys, but it's the only reason why I'm doing that right now is because I'm 10-15 feet from shore, this whole paddle. And you know, if I go across a big lake, Bruce and I are both going to put on our life vests. And it's tricky getting in here. Oh yeah, straight up. What I saw on the map, it goes straight up, levels out. It's level for quite a while. Got a few ups and downs, nothing major. Let's get this portage over with and see how we're feeling. We'll go from there. Oh, I should have taken the red bag first. Holy crap. Oh no, something's got to change. Something has to change. So yeah, I had to triple portage this one. Good Lord, that thing's bouncing a lot. I had to triple portage this one. That red bag is just brutally heavy. So, live and learn. First trip, take the red bag. Because this probably got 60 pounds in it. Don't take the red bag and the canoe at once. You will regret it. This is all a learning process right now. Luckily, I've got like 5 minutes. I'll be down there, take a break, and we'll get back on the water. And we've got a big portage that I'm probably going to triple carry again because it's just too heavy right now. I need to make it some more days in before I can eat my way out of the food in there. All right, so we made it over to the Beth Lake on the first trip, and it is hot. It is very warm. I am sweating up a storm right now, but there's the first load. Bruce obviously helped. And now we got to go back up and over and get the other load. Let's get after it. You know, there's one nice thing I can say about coming in September. No bugs. It is bug free. So I'm on my way back for my second load right now. This is wonderful. There's nothing buzzing in my ears. Nothing swarming Bruce. It's a pretty good day. Just kind of warm. All right, I can see the lake. Let's get this second load knocked out. All right, I won't deny it. This is hard. I am soaked with sweat right now. I think today may be, thanks Bruce. Today may be a day I dunk in the water because geez, dude, I am soaked from head to toe. Not from the water, it's just from sweat. So if you can't tell, it's just, I set down the canoe about halfway. I'm gonna triple portage this one because I am just, that one beat me. It beat me good. And that's not even a big one. So this next one to get over to Grace Lake is the big one for the day, and that's all I need to do. I'm not gonna push to Phoebe today, I don't think. If I do, I do, I don't know. But I'm gonna sit here and let some of this sweat evaporate from this wind. Let my back kind of stretch out for a second, and then we'll go back and get the canoe. All right, we're out on this next lake, and that portage kicked my butt. I've got an even longer one ahead of me. So I think we're gonna get down to this. There's a campsite down at the end. If no one's there, we're gonna stop there. Take an hour. Ooh, there's a loon. We're gonna take an hour and eat, make some more water, and hopefully just kind of, ooh, lay down. There you go. Ooh, I gotta scoot over. God, Bruce, you put all your weight on one side. Wind is at our back now, which is fantastic. So we should be able to just cruise across this lake. Let me show you guys the colors over here. Boy, this portage going from Beth to Grace is 0.9 miles. And I took my red bag first. Glad to just be walking with nothing on the way back. But again, I'm out of water. So we're going to call Beth Lake home for the night. And we're just not going to worry about moving anymore for the day. We're going to get to a campsite. There's plenty on this lake. There's like 6. So we'll find a campsite. And we're going to get comfortable because I have a feeling I'm going to be quite sore tomorrow. This little guy really does not like Bruce. All right, well, I finally made it to camp. We are, oh, there's someone out there. There's someone right across the lake with a fire. Just noticing people. Anyways, we are on Grace Lake right now, I believe. And man, I paddled all the way around this lake. And there were 2 campsites. Both of them are absolutely awful to pull out at. I mean, just rock, and then you got like a 3 or 4 foot scramble to get up. Even Bruce was struggling. But he's doing good. He's just hanging out. You can see I've already got the tent set up. Fire pit and all that's over there. And this is the lake, as you can see. There's somebody right out there in a canoe. Wherever it is, they're a small person because I can barely see them. Anyways, I've got about 2 hours till the sun goes down. So we're going to get some firewood. I got to get out of these wet muck boots and into my Crocs. Try letting my feet dry out. I'm going to have to tend to them. So what took so long today? Well, I had to triple portage that mile-long portage. That's what took so stinking long. Because I just have too much crap. No, in all reality, though, it was just too much weight. I couldn't do it. My body was just begging me to quit. So anyways, I am beat. I'm exhausted. So we may or may not have a fire tonight, just depending on if I can find anything nearby and worthy of burning. But if not, to be honest with you, we may just lay in the tent and just go to sleep once the sun goes down, because I am beat. So, but I'm also starving. I haven't really had lunch or dinner, and it's 6 o'clock. So okay guys, so here's the plan. So this morning we left here from Sawbill, and we came up and we did that first portage. Super nice and easy. It was great. And then we paddled over here, and we actually stopped right here to make some water. Found out my water filter is extremely slow, so I'm going to try and address that this evening. And then we came all the way down here. The wind was blowing right into us, so it was a workout. But anyways, we got down here, and then we did this 140 rod portage, which at the time I was like, that sucks. But no, I'd take that any day. Because this Beth Lake is great, no problems. And then I got over to this portage. Okay. So this portage right here is, hey Bruce, is 0.9 miles long, okay? And man, I tell you what, I had to triple carry on that because I just couldn't. I could not take my red bag or my food bag along with my canoe. It was just, and I tried. I made it to about right here. I dropped my canoe and just doubled to here, came back, and then tripled. And that took everything I had, if I'm being completely honest with you. It was heavy. And I was beat. Oh my God, I was beat. So, anyways, we finally got done with that. I paddled over here. That one was taken. That one was taken. That one was taken. This campsite right here, avoid at all. Bruce, what? He wants to play. In a minute, buddy. This campsite right here, avoid at all costs. It is terrible. I don't even, like, that blows my mind that it's even a campsite. It's so bad. But I'm right here. I actually came down here, went past this site, paddled around, went up to here. There's some guys there. So I paddled straight back across to here and got here about 5:15. Oh, so yeah, tomorrow the plan is to make it over to Phoebe Lake, which is right here. So to do that, we're going to come out of here, and there's a 15-rod portage, a 15-rod portage, a 5-rod portage, and then an 85-rod portage. And I don't know, we may camp here in Phoebe Lake, but I will probably start looking at trying to go north. So I'll probably camp up here somewhere along, and I'm sorry about the camera here, but I'll probably camp either here or I'll try and come up here and camp up here if it's open. I would like to get this island site, but let's be honest, I guarantee you there's somebody there. It's almost not even worth trying. But anyways, so once I go to Phoebe Lake, we're going to go up and then go to Night Lake and then over this way. And bear with me while I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, well, I guess I don't get the rest of the map. Anyways, Night Lake, and then that goes over this way off the map into what's called Polly Lake. I don't know. We may, because of the distance we covered today, right here. I just looked at my GPS, by the way, and I did something like 15 miles of movement today. And that honestly does not surprise me at all, because I feel like I did 15 miles. But anyways, this should be a good campsite tonight. Got a good tree. It looks like I can hang food from and all that. So I'm going to get buckled down. I've already gotten kind of the tent set up. The canoe's over there. And I've just my bag has kind of puked everywhere. As you can see, it's everywhere. Trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life. All right, well, I had to go way back up in the woods up in there and find some dead stuff and then drag it all the way back here. I cut it up and this is what we've got. I've got to split it still, but I'll do that this evening. So there's some birch bark I've got piled up. I've got a good piece right here. Hopefully that'll get us going. But yeah. What do you say, Bruce? He is beat. He's absolutely beat. Are you tired, buddy? I bet you are. All right. So I boiled the ever-living tar out of that filter. And it is vastly faster. For every 4 or 5 drips, you normally get 1 drip. So this is going to be great. This will keep me from having to boil to sanitize my water. Whew. Oh man. So I thought for sure I was going to have to tape up my feet. They seem to be okay. They just got really, really wet in those boots. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to wear my Crocs all the way up until it's time to portage. And I'm going to get a fire going here in just a little bit. I have no idea what time it is. It's 7 o'clock. So I've got about a half hour till the sun goes down. And then we'll get a fire going. We'll probably keep a fire going for an hour or two. But yeah. So tonight I'm making my version of dehydrated spaghetti. It's spicy. I like spicy spaghetti. Made it at home, dehydrated it at home. These bags they're worthless. I mean, I even wrapped it in wax paper and it still burst. So I don't know. These bags just suck. I probably should just throw them in Ziplocs. I mean, they're fully dehydrated. They should be fine. And I keep them in the freezer right up until it's time to leave. So, I don't know. Anyways, this is going to be good. I am really looking forward to this. We're going to wait till sun goes down. Eat this right before bed. Oh, I'm going to sleep good tonight. I know Bruce will too. We both worked our butts off today. Like I said, that last mile-long portage, getting into Beth Lake, oh my God. It absolutely took everything out of me. I mean, it took everything out of me. I ran out of water. Then I realized I hadn't eaten lunch. All I had was a Snickers. So the water thing really sucked. Like that made it almost unbearable. And I filtered water while I did the third portage of that series there. And I came back after doing that whole thing. It was only half full. I just about lost it. I chugged that whole thing of water. Oh my gosh. So I'm glad boiling that filter really helped, because otherwise, man, I was going to have to filter water all day, every day. And it looks like it's flowing about 4 times faster than it was. So every day I'll probably boil that little RO, little reverse osmosis fibers that run inside of it, and just let them get good and hot and shake it around real good and try and get some of that junk out. Because I used it in April in Oklahoma. My buddy John came up. We went camping out at Greenleaf Lake for 2 days. We filtered a bunch of water. I mean, I don't know, probably 20 gallons. We drank a lot. But anyways, since then, it hasn't been used, and it just kind of laid in there. And I thought I cleaned it good, but I guess I didn't. Bugs are starting to come out. So yeah, I'm going to definitely get a fire going here in just a few minutes. Cook this spaghetti. But yeah, it was a good day. I had a good day. The people at Sawbill were just awesome. I cannot say enough. If you're trying to go on a Boundary Waters trip and you need an outfitter, even if it's just for the canoe, that's all I needed it for, was just the canoe. Man, they are awesome. They took the time to really walk me through everything. I got to pick out everything I wanted. Got my own paddle that works for me. Sorry, I had a bug bite me. And the North Star B16 is not bad if you load it right. I have discovered that if you do not load that boat right, it is miserable to paddle. It'll just spin on you, just all over. So I've got pretty much everything in the front of that boat, including the dog, Bruce. And Bruce weighs 85 pounds. And then My food bag weighs about 32, actually probably about 38 pounds. And then my red bag with all my gear and everything in it weighs probably around 50 pounds. So all that's up front. And then my big old fat 200-pound ass sitting in the back, trying to keep it straight. If I load it right, it actually tracks pretty well. But man, if it is not loaded right, it just spins like a top. And it kind of blows my mind because Bruce will go in and he'll lay down against one side, and then the next thing I know, the thing wants to like keep curving to the right or to the left. And I'm still figuring it out. Like I have not figured everything out about this canoe. So I got 10 days left. Yeah. I'm tired. But I don't want to go to bed too early. I want to listen to the loons, and hopefully they come out. The wildlife. Listen to the nightlife. Get a fire. All around. Pretty much just sit around and enjoy the fact that I'm here. So anyways. The struggles of making water on uneven ground. Sometimes it tips over. But I think I got it in a good spot now. Anyhow, I've already taken some leave. Took a heartburn pill because spaghetti and the snacks I had, the Nutri-Grain bars, they tend to give me heartburn. Everything gives me heartburn, it seems like. Anyways, I'm sorry it's not nearly as high energy as I usually try to be with everything. Uh-oh. All right. Let's get this food going. I've got 2 liters of water made up, which is awesome. I didn't make 2 liters of water all day. And I mean all day. I couldn't make anything. So I also wrap it in wax paper, because wax paper is great. Kill that mosquito. Wax paper is great at helping to light fires. So, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, that's so much food. Yes. There's 6 ounces in here. And 6 ounces for me is a big meal. Alright, we're going to use that to help light this fire after we make our dinner. Okay, so the way that I do it, because I use elbow macaroni, as you can see, is I cover it by about an inch. Oops. Whatever. Dirt don't hurt. Alright. Alright, so let's pop this over. Get her started up. And we're going to bring this to a boil. And then after it boils for a minute or 2, we'll put the lid on it and turn it off, set it to the side, and just let it sit there and simmer. I was going to make it in my koozie here. This is great. I love this thing, but jet boil it is tonight. Look at that sunset. Fantastic. Look at that. Oh, cool. That's amazing. He's just chasing squirrels. Oh, I love it. Just about had one. Keeps throwing pine cones down at him. He's a good boy. He worked his butt off today with me. He did every trip back and forth. So he didn't get lunch today, and he had a late lunch around 5. So he's going to get a late dinner probably around 10. Yeah, I got, actually my wife, Teresa, bought Bruce a lantern, a toy lantern for the trip. He keeps hearing the fish jump out here. Bruce, are you a good boy? Yes, you're a good boy. God, birch bark is awesome. All right, let's see what we got. Oh yeah. That's gonna be good. Thing's almost full. Probably could add a little bit more water. All right, guys. It's 8:30, actually 8:45, almost 9 o'clock. I am beat. So I'm gonna try and sit up a little bit. I already finished my dinner. Still need to clean up those dishes, but it's just my jet boil. I've already got my bag ready for the tree. Got 2 bags to pull up, and shouldn't be a problem at all. That Z-Pack stuff is super easy to get up into the trees. So, like I said, it's already over it. Just hanging down. I've got the D-loop at the bottom ready to just clip on and go. But I'm going to continue to dry out my socks and try to dry out my boots, my muck boots a little bit with this heat from the fire. And when I just can't stand it any longer, I'm going to go crawl into bed. Bruce is already there. He's ready to go to bed right now, but not yet. We're going to give it just a little bit more time. So we're heating up some water for Bruce's second dinner, since he didn't get lunch until 5 o'clock. So it's 9 o'clock now. We're going to give it one more hour, and we're going to call it a night. And hopefully socks are dry. Actually, I'm pretty sure they are dry. Yeah, they're dry. Oh yeah, they're nice and dry. Boots are warm but not hot, which is good. It's funny, I just turned them, and you could see steam coming out of it, which is perfect. That's what I'm trying to do, is just get some of this moisture out of them, because my left boot, this one, I mean, I took it off and poured a quarter gallon out of it. My God, it was completely, I mean, it was so bad that I was walking, it was just going every time. My right boot, I dunked when I was launching. Kind of just dealt with that all day. But anyways, trying to get them all dried out. Get Bruce's dinner water heated up so we can make his dehydrated meal. And he's just passed out. It's been kind of fake barking the little woof, woof kind of thing at every noise that seems to pop up. Loon's been going crazy. Birds been going crazy. I had a hawk come over and land. One of the trees over there that you can't see right now. Anyways, we're gonna wait for this to boil, and then we'll get his food made, get him fed, get everything cleaned up, and call it a night. Okay, come on, lay down, right here. Just lay down right here. Lay down. Lay down. All right, guys, it's 10:15. Bruce and I are just beat. Fire's out. It's nice and cool now. Feels good. Got most of my stuff dry. We're gonna try and get some good sleep. All right, you guys. We'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. We have a Bruce. This is what he does. He likes to roll over and let me rub his belly and chest. I went to bed last night. It was pretty warm still. This morning it's a little chilly. But it's 6:45. I think Bruce and I are going to go ahead and get up. Make some breakfast. And get moving. We've got 10 portages to do today. Luckily, they're all small. The biggest one is 0.3 miles. Nothing compared to yesterday. But slept pretty good last night. Bruce woke me up a few times. Just moving around. As you can see, he's just rolled over on his back, wanting some belly love. He's basically crawled up in my sleeping bag with me. My quilt, I should say. Look at this stinky poopy. He's just making himself comfortable. Bruce, come here. Oh. Good morning. I slept pretty good last night. Slept hard, man. It was like 10 o'clock when we went to bed. We woke up at 6:30 and kind of laid there and snuggled for a while. He's quite the little creature. He likes to hop in and roll over and kind of bug me until I rub his belly in the mornings. He likes his belly rubs. So, we're gonna get moving here. I'm surprisingly not as sore as I thought I would be. I'm a little sore. Maybe it'll get worse throughout the day, but I'm gonna take a couple of leave this morning and make our coffee and oatmeal. And then we're gonna get to heading out. Had a deer or something come right through camp, right through here last night. And I guess ran into the canoe. I don't know, but you could hear the as it went by, the little thuds of its thing, but it ran right into the canoe, which is on the other side of the camera here behind the tent. And kind of startled me, but not enough for me to get up and do anything about it. Oh, he's cold. I can feel him shivering. I'm gonna go get his sweater for him. Help him get warmed up. This is all he wants in the morning, his back scratches. I had to go pull the food down from the tree. Oh, it's quite a hike to get over there. But everything's fine. I think he wants his sweater that I use as a pillow. There you go. Doesn't he look cute? Oh, it's my boy. That's my good boy. Yes, you are. Oh. 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 He's a good boy, Bruce. Oh, get that booty. I'm gonna get the booty. Okay. All right, buddy. Let's get some breakfast going, huh? Are you hungry? You are, aren't you? Okay. Let me go get my chair. Oops. You okay? So yeah, Bruce did every step of the portage with me yesterday. He did. No, not yet, Bruce. Hold on. Let me put water in it, buddy. Let me get it warm. Let me make you a good meal, okay? You gotta wait. And with this stuff, don't be shy with the water. Matter of fact, whatever he doesn't use, I'll just turn into my coffee water. Okay. Already getting warm. Bruce, you look so cute. Don't you look handsome? Your lumberjack sweater. Get your toy. Get your toy. You want to play? You want to play? Oh, you want to play, don't you? Ready? Go get it. Go get it. All right. So the trick to this stuff is don't get it too hot. Just warm. I'm gonna flavor it with the stick. Come on. Come on. Ready? Here you go. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, it's coffee time. Actually, it's oatmeal time. Then it'll be coffee time. See, I brought out a 10-pound bag of food for him. And we'll probably go through that in this trip. It's supposed to last 13 days, 12 to 13 days, but we'll see. I usually don't feed him a heavy lunch. I just kind of feed him a big breakfast and a big dinner. But we'll see. Today should be super easy for him. He's just riding most of the time. Like I said, we have 10 portages, but they're all so stupidly small. They're kind of like that first one we did yesterday. you know, 27 rods, 5 rods, you know, 13, you know, stuff like that. As long as I don't have to do a mile-long portage on the first day again. 3 times. But I did meet a cool guy on the portage. I don't know where he's from or anything, but he had a north wind solo. He had put like a aluminum bar across, and then coming off of his hip belt on his pack, he had risers that came up and had like a bracket, so he could set his canoe in it, and he could just walk. And he just basically had a like a bamboo stick up front to just keep it balanced. I walked by and was like, dude, that is smart. Like, I gotta look into that. But I can't go with the solo canoe. I've got him with me. Good boy. You ate it all gone. So yeah, today we're headed to Phoebe Lake, and then we're gonna go up to Night Lake, and then we're gonna try to make it to Polly. But there's quite a few. There's a river we got to go down. And there's a few of them. Like I said, 10 portages. They're all small, but should be nice and easy. I hate that the brown sugar always seems to be on top and it sticks to the bag. And come on, Quaker, mix it in better. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a minute. And need to start making some more water. I still need to make some coffee. So let's press this out. So Jetboil makes this coffee press right here. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years now. 4 or 5 years now, actually. I love this thing. As a matter of fact, after I got it on one of my first trip, when I came home for like 6 months, I would boil water on the stove, pour my Jetboil, pour my coffee grounds in, and then use this because it made the best cup of coffee. Like, I don't know why, it just does, but anyways, you just want to go nice and slow. Not too much pressure. So many different sounds here than there is in Oklahoma. I took my dogs camping with me in early spring of it was fall of last year, or anyways, it was one of the shoulder seasons. And I went and camped at Gruber State Park, which is out by Greenleaf Lake. And I paddled way up the river, and we got out and set up camp. We got the camp and everything set up. The sun went down, and there were pigs, wild boars, everywhere, fighting all night long. I'm talking, and I'm not talking like, you know, you can hear them quarter mile away, half mile away. No, they were on the other side of the river, less than like 50 feet from us, and there was some on our side, and there were deer, and it was a mess. So definitely won't be doing that again, but there's so many different noises up here. It's really cool. Well, it's 8 a.m. So Bruce and I are gonna go and start packing up camp, cleaning stuff up, get on the water. All right, we are about to launch. We got everything packed up. We've got to head over to the portage, which is nice and small. Every portage today is small, especially compared to the ones yesterday. Good Lord. All right, we're off. What a beautiful morning. I am sweaty. Lay down. Good boy. This is great. And I just turned on my GPS just to check, and the portage is right up ahead, but I'm averaging 2.6 miles per hour. Which, you know, is not super fast compared to, you know, maybe if I was solo in a small solo craft, but that's okay. I got all day. Bruce, get out of the way. Good boy. Yeah, the B16.
Well, I don't know. It is a 16-footer, yeah. So maybe it is the same. But ours is called the North Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this is, North Star. It's I've never paddled one of these ultralight ones. Boy, they are nimble.
They are very nice.
I like them. Yeah. It's a lot better than my 100-pound Old Town that I have at home. That thing will kill you.
No, we have a aluminum.
Deep put in, huh?
Boy, there's muck here that's foot deep.
Okay. There ain't nothing worse than dunking your muck boots and having to make a nose all day. There we go. We did it. All right. So we finished up that portage. Met a very nice couple, and it was very short. It's only like 20 rods. Very nice. Straight up, straight down. Just enough to get you sweating. But now we're going on to the next one, and it's another short one. I think it's like 5 rods. So we're gonna dodge some boulders up here, and then we'll have another portage. The remnants of an old beaver dam to the left here. Next portage is right up here. It's only either 5 or 12 rods, I can't remember. Very short, and it's just to hop back over into the same creek on the other side. Okay, Bruce, let's go. Okay, buddy, I'm coming. There we go. All right. Bruce, come on. Hop in. Get in. Lay down. All the way. Lay down. Good boy. All right, guys. We're back off. Again. On to the next one. Drag bottom. We're gonna have to paddle through all these lily pads. The folks ahead of me, I believe, cut a path, so I'm gonna try to go where they went. See what happens. Bruce, you're fine. What are you freaking out about, bud? I met such a nice couple. They're in their 60s and 70s out here doing this. And I was impressed because they single carried and just super nice people. I have to say, a lot of people I've met up here have been just amazing. Super supportive and happy to jump in and help. You just can't beat it. Of course, what's the point of being an asshole all the way out here, right? Just another little 5-rodder right here. There's the water. I love these. Kind of a steep foot in though. That'll make it challenging. Yeah, we're gonna go over here. Well, Bruce just about officially dunked us. Oh, thank God for the secondary stability of that canoe, because, I mean, so much for trying to keep my feet dry. Jeez. So we're going to hang out here for a minute and let some of this water run out. Oh. Good job, buddy. Oh, I probably should have known better. All right, we're off again. Next portage is just up ahead. But then, as you can see, the trees clear up just up ahead, and that is where Polly, I'm sorry, not Polly, Phoebe Lake is. So right now we're on the Phoebe River. Pretty exciting. It's really calm, very short portages. I think this next one is actually 0.3 miles. Not bad at all. About 900 feet, I think. That's why you don't bite the water, dude. Silly dog. Man, oh man. It's only a quarter miler, but after dunking both of my boots and literally filling them to the brim, I figured I would let my socks dry for a second, put on my Crocs and let my feet dry. Not like it's really going to matter because I'm going to put these back on to do this with the canoe and the other pack. I just don't think doing that in my Crocs is a very wise idea. We just finished lunch here on Phoebe, the very start of Phoebe. There we go. Wondering why I couldn't turn. So we're just going to paddle through the north side of Phoebe, and we're going to turn north and go up to Night Lake. We'll see how we're feeling. If you want to push on, we'll push on, but this is a 12-day trip. I'm in no huge rush. I've already put in some pretty good work today. I don't know that I want to push too hard. I'd like to find a good camp though. Hazel or Night Lake has one campsite on it. That's it. So if it's open, we might take it. There is a half-mile portage between Night Lake and Polly, or whatever the one is, Hazel Lake, I think. So we might go and do that. Ooh, there's a lotus bloom up here. See if I can show it to you guys. Pretty, huh? All right. So we are on Night Lake. There's a campsite up here, but it's only 12:15. So I think we're gonna push on. When we come around this bend right here, we're gonna have a headwind to fight across Night Lake. We're gonna try and make it to Polly. We only have one portage, and then we're done for the day. Hopefully. As long as there's an open campsite. But yeah, this wind has kind of been blowing me around. I wish I could get my big red bag up front. It's got the majority of the weight, but there's just not enough room for it up there. Ooh, please don't scrape bottom. It's kind of shallow right here. Yep, I figured as much. It's good for the canoe. So we are just about over Night Lake. We're about 3/4 of the way across it right now. It's a shallow lake. It's I mean, I could get out and stand up. It's maybe 24 inches deep. Crazy shallow. It's cool. Makes for a nice, safe paddle. But it's so shallow that there's water grass growing out here all the way across it. Again, cool. But the split right up ahead of us is the channel that goes to Polly, and that is our lake for this evening. I'm already ready. It is 12:25. I'm having a pretty good time going across this lake for being solo. And I'm starting to get the hang of this canoe. Not perfectly, but I think I'm starting to understand it a little bit. And the J-stroke into the wind is no bueno. So I just have to switch sides every 4 or 5 strokes. But the wind just seems to blow my bow everywhere. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, looks like we got a beaver dam up here to pull over. Shouldn't be a problem. And then we're going to turn to the right, head northeast, and then west, and then south, and then west. And then we have our final portage of the day. Today has been significantly better than yesterday. Yesterday was just a struggle fest because I was still trying to figure out like the best way to load everything, and I finally realized it's like, you know what? Just put everything in your red bag. So when you walk that over, you don't have to worry about anything. It's just one and done. Okay. Good boy. God, it's heavy. Oh, it's all mucky. I think right here is going to be my best bet. Oh, sorry, Sawbill. This, I got out and tried to line this creek and I scraped quite a few rocks. They're just all in the wrong spot. But, we're making our way up. We're probably about half the way through this creek, and I'm just trying to power through and get us to Polly so we can kick back and enjoy the rest of our evening. Got loons up there, buddy. Is there a channel? Sure would be nice if there was a channel. Let's be honest, there's probably not. Ooh, sinky mud here. I think there is a channel right there. Yes, there is. Sweet. That's okay, Bruce. It's just ducks. Boy, I got you all muddy, didn't I? I'm sorry, bud. Get you cleaned up when we get to camp. All we have is one more portage. It's a 0.49 mile portage. And then we're done for the day. Alright, how many rocks are we gonna hit? Ooh. Yep. Dang it. All right, we are on Hazel Lake. This is going to be our lake for the night because I'm spent. I'm beat. I don't feel like going all the way to Polly, at least not today. Oh, that's a great thing about taking 12 days to do this. If I don't like something, I can just change it. So I triple carried that. It's only a half miler, but I ran into a group of 6 guys, just some really nice dudes. They gave me an extra lemon for the walleye we are bound to catch. Once I start fishing, I need to have energy left over at the end of the day to start fishing. Yesterday was an absolute no-go. We've got a headwind right now, so I don't know. We gotta work to get to where we're going. Oh, I'm out of breath again. If you can't tell, I'm just soaked in sweat. It's okay, Bruce. Anyways, we made it to the campsite that I was hoping to get. I've already pulled the canoe and the bags in. As you can see, the fire pit is right here, looking out over the lake. Oh, I'm excited. It's 3:30, so I've got about 4 hours I can do some charging and just chilling, so. I have been very pleased with this Featherstone tent. I bought it like 5 years ago, maybe 6. I think I bought this tent for like 70 bucks on Amazon. And it goes for like 110 now. There's a newer version that's a little better. But man, there's nothing wrong with this tent. It's roomy. It's got everything you need. I was blown away. I got up for what I did. Great little tent. And you know, I could probably go without the footprint. if I put it on right. I could probably go without the footprint, but you know, you've got Neorest X-Therms under you. You kind of want to make sure you don't pop them or anything like that. And when it rains, it's just easier to clean the tent pad than it is to clean the whole tent. Yeah, it weighs like 3 pounds with the foot, the tent footing. But honestly, I'm super happy with it, man. So happy that I would recommend it to anybody asking. Unless you're looking to go like super ultralight or like just purely backpacking, then go Z-Packs. Because Z-Packs they're the best. They're the best at what they do. You cannot beat them. I was actually talking to a guy in the last portage about that. He said he left his Z-Packs at home because he was worried about tearing it up. I told him I did the same thing. I left mine at home because I was worried about tearing it up. So just brought this thing because if it gets destroyed, so what, right? Yeah, we triple carried that last portage. It's so hot. Like halfway through it, I'm like dripping sweat into my eyes. And it's funny, I've drank 4 liters of water. I've peed once today. So I've got to get some water in me. So as soon as I'm done with this, we're going to get the water filter up. As slow as it is, it's still better than nothing. And then we're going to chill for a bit. I'm not going to worry about setting anything else up until later. It cools down some. I just wanted to get this done while I could. All right, so I got one thing left to do. I got to feed Bruce his lunch. He's been really patient today with me. He got some jerky snacks and some cheese. Some nice warm, soft, wet cheese. Hey, don't knock it. Man, that stuff was good. With some, oh God, some jerky, like beef links. Oh my God, it was so good. I sat at the other end of the lake down here for like a half hour after I got done portaging, just trying to let the breeze dry me off. And because man, I was soaked. And here in a little bit, we're going to go out and take a little dip. I'm like crusty with sweat. Reminds me of like after football practice. You'd go in and like you take your shirt off and there'd just be white rings everywhere and stuff, like your undershirt. That's how I feel. White and crusty. Anyways, just making some water. And here in a bit, when the sun goes down, we're going to do a little bit of water treatment. So that's what I do for a living. I work in the water treatment world. I make software for the water treatment world. And I got my start in reverse osmosis. And that's basically what this is right here. And the best thing you can do in almost all cases is apply heat. Because the pores in the little tubes, those little, they call them millipores. Those little pores get blocked up. And the best thing you can do is just boil some water, put it in there, shake it around. Let it sit there for a while, shake it around some more. Don't add anything to it, just hot water. And that'll make the biggest difference. But right now, I've got 10 times the amount of flow that I did yesterday when I stopped at that on Alton Lake. So, you want to know how I know Bruce is beat? He doesn't even want to get up. He just wants to lay there and eat. Look at this filthy dog. Yeah, I think we're both about to go jump in the water. Tell you what, guys, Bruce has been such a good boy this trip. He's followed, he's led, gets in and out of the boat with no problems, doesn't chase stuff, just likes to hang around. I'm the lucky guy to have this good of a dog. I'm serious. So it's 6 o'clock. It's still hot. My thermometer says that it's 80 degrees now. It was 83 is what it said earlier. It felt every bit of that. I was just sitting there sweating, just sweating. Bruce and I have been hiding in the shade. We both took a nap. I took a nap in my chair. Almost fell out of it. But he took a nap, and it's been good. We're both, I think, sore. I know I am. So, you know, I kind of knew this was going to be a bit of a test to see how it is and all that, and if I would enjoy it. And I'm definitely enjoying it. But it's, you know, people like Matt Posa online make it look easier than it actually is. So it really bothers him that the fish are jumping. Every time the fish jump, he runs over to the edge of the water. He like gives a little fake biff kind of thing. But we're just sitting here watching the sun go down. It's been a good day. So tonight we are having homemade dehydrated chili beefy mac, or however you say it. Basically, it's my version of chili mac from Mountain House, which in my opinion is the best thing they make. So anyways, water's almost ready, so we'll just give that a few minutes. Put that in there, and then we'll let it wait about 20-25 minutes, and we'll be ready to go. Nice and warm. Stir. You eating wood, buddy? It appears I'm the only person on this lake tonight. There's no other fires, no other noises, nothing. Perfect. Well, I forgot to record it, but that chili mac, 100%. Oh my God, that was so good. I made it at home. I bought some dehydrated cheddar cheese. Added that in there. Oh my gosh, was it good. Yeah, I'm excited about that meal again. So, whew, it's got me all warm and sweaty now. Got a little frog over here teasing Bruce. He thinks it's, I don't know. But yeah, he's over here. Oh, there it goes. Cute little guy. Well, I walked down to check on the canoe, which is down by the water. It's out of the water completely, but as soon as I got down there, a beaver slapped right in front of me. Scared the crap out of me. Yep, beavers. Oh, come on, buddy. Lay down. Over here. Come on, lay down. Lay down. No, you can't lay on that mattress. You gotta lay down here on the pad. Oh, good boy. Oh, you realize you couldn't see me. So anyways, it's end of day number 2. Had a pretty good day. It was hot, so had to deal with that. Finally, I think I drank enough water. I'm caught up, maybe. We'll see. But tomorrow is gonna be a big day. We'll cover a lot of ground paddling tomorrow, which is good. I'm ready to paddle. We do have 8 portages. Almost all of them are pretty small, so really shouldn't be a problem. Only got 1 or 2 that are even close to a 1/4 mile, so really shouldn't be a problem. Anyways, I'm beat. Bruce has been chasing the mice and barking at the beavers. And we're just ready to go to bed, I think. So I'm gonna shut everything off and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good night.